is an appeal to the firearms community. Specifically, this is a shout out to Kel-Tec, but any arms manufacturer that wants to tackle this, I would love to see this happen. This happens to be a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 9mm. It is a great little firearm for what it is, but I think that we could go beyond it. Kel-Tec had some great designs here, but I think for law enforcement in particular, I think for home defense, for backpacking, hiking, if your state's like mine and it allows you with a concealed weapons license to actually carry this in a backpack, this is a great, crap hits the fan gun, but it's got some limitations. So here's a shout out. Kel-Tec, or any company that wants to tackle this, I would love to see you come up with a similar carbine to this, but there's some limitations. Obviously, this takes Glock mags exclusively, and it requires 17-round mags and up. The problem is, a lot of common Glocks are 15-round mags and similar, so I think there's some things that could be changed on this. I don't care if Kel-Tec makes one and calls it the Sub 3000 or whatever, I don't care, but I think this would be a great firearm for everything from law enforcement and security, private security details to people in their homes. A couple of things I don't really care for. The way this breaks off with the trigger here, breaks over. If you get your finger in between here when it locks, you can actually get a little pinch. I've been pinched a couple of times before I got used to it. No big deal, not a lot of pain, but a little annoying. A couple of things I don't like about it as well. When this breaks over and locks, you can't put any kind of a holographic sight or anything on the top of it. You can't put any kind of a scope or anything. So I'd love to see somebody come up with a carbine, similar barrel length, all that good stuff, but set the rail on it like you would have on an AR-15. Actually be able to put a holographic sight up here, make it a side fold. So it comes around this way and locks this way, be about the same length. Also, you charge it here, which means this can't be adjusted. That's a limiting factor. I think it needs to be charged across the top like an AR, or come around the side and charge. This actually comes completely off underneath the chamber, and then what happens is, like, this is a Korean-made 30-round Glock magazine, 9mm. Great. Problem is, if your police department or security team is issued Sig Saur, H&K, or some other firearm as a sidearm, and it's in 9mm or whatever, you have to carry Glock mags if you want to carry this. Well, okay, it'd be nice to be able to carry one type of mag. It needs to be 15-round mags and up, I think. And then at the same time, if this was something, get with Magpul, get with some other company, and actually make an aftermarket for this that would be everything from H&K to Glock to whatever. Have a base model one. Maybe Glock's your most common mag, whatever it is that you decide to make your base model, but for 30, 40, 50 bucks, whatever it is you have to do, this actually comes off and you replace it. So if your department has a departmental issue firearm and it happens to be something other than a Glock, like I said, H&K, Sig Saur, Ruger, whatever. I've got a good friend that his sidearm for law enforcement is actually a Ruger. The only thing that he doesn't like about this weapon is the fact that it doesn't take Ruger mags. So there's that. If I was a company going to tackle this, and I know it's going to cost some money, Kel-Tec, you guys have got a leg up because you already have this design. But I think if you make that side fold again, you can put that holographic sight on it. Start off with your base model in 9mm. Obviously, that's the most common round out there, and then actually step up to 40 and then eventually a 45. I know quite a few officers that carry 45s, and whether it's double stack or single stack, eventually tap that market. But obviously your most commons are going to be your 9 and your 40s. That's going to be very helpful. But remember, also like an AR style adjustable buttstock would be very, very handy. So there's the challenge. If you guys watch this video and you know anybody in the firearms industry whose company might like to tackle this, please share it with them. This is a shout out because I know it's going to cost a lot of money to develop. If you think this is worth developing, then share it. Let's get it out there and see if we can't get something made. Thanks.